On the docket today is replacing this old hose bib on the back of my house. The handle on this spins, and it's also about 40 years old and just needs to go. I'll start off by turning off the water to my house at the main shutoff and draining out the system. Next, I'll open up the hose bib and let any water remaining in the line drain out. At some point in the past, the satellite TV installer had attached this grounding strap to the hose bib, but that satellite dish is no longer in use, so I'm going to remove it. This hose bib is simply screwed onto the end of a galvanized pipe, so it came off easily using a set of water pump pliers. Here I'm cutting through the hose bib's supply line to remove the old galvanized pipe that fed it. Newer hose bibs, also called Sillcocks, actually shut off the water at the end of this tailpiece. Since this has a rubber gasket, it should be removed before soldering. While I'm at it, I'll also replace this old gate valve for the hose bib shutoff with a newer ball valve. I've tacked up a wet cloth here since I'll be soldering next to the wooden joist. I cut open the gate valve so we could see what's going on here. I really don't like these compared to ball valves, just like looking right in here. You can see where there's this little gasket here that would seat right in here. And over time these have a tendency to leak, and also you can get a bunch of crud built up in here and it just won't seal all the way. So like in a lot of older houses, mine included had a gate valve for the main shutoff, and the thing just wouldn't hold water when you tightened it all the way down. So I replaced that with a ball valve also. So yeah, it's kind of neat to see how these come apart, just to get an idea how they work. I should note that it is possible to replace the seals on these. There's this little nut here on the bonnet that you can unscrew, and then the whole plunger assembly will come out. Then there's this little screw on here that you can undo, and then just replace this gasket, but it's just better to install ball valve these days. I was just wanted to take a look at this old hose bib. This is one of the older styles where, like for the one I'm putting in, this little gasket here is a foot inside the building, so that when you close it off, you know, it shuts off all the way back there, and then the water can drain out, and then in the winter it won't freeze and break this thing. This one, since the shutoff is outside, you can still have water right in here, and then that'll freeze and break this open, and then in the spring you have a leak, which is no good. Now if you have a shutoff valve inside the house for this line, you can obviously turn that off and drain out the water, which is what I did, but going with the new Sillcock is just a better idea. I'll now go through the process of cleaning, deburring, and dry fitting all the new pipe and fittings for the hose bib. For a good solder joint, you want the copper clean and free of oxides. Using one of these pipe cleaning tools or emery paper is a quick way to clean the pipe and fittings. Removing the burr from the inside of the pipe with one of these deburring tools is also a good idea. When you're laying out a pipe run, keep in mind that a slight downhill pitch should be given to the hose bib supply line. This ensures that it will drain when you turn off the water at the shutoff valve. I'll let you know now that I'm no professional plumber, as the solder blobs on my joints will attest. You pros watching, leave a suggestion or a tip in the comments section below and let me know what I'm doing wrong. Be sure to apply flux to both the pipe and the fitting before soldering. Make sure your pipes are in alignment as well before soldering. I've read conflicting information on soldering ball valves, but in this case I'm wrapping the valve body in a wet cloth to keep from damaging the seal. This does make soldering a bit more difficult since the cloth sucks heat out of the joint. Outside the house, I'm using this concrete patch mix to repair the gaps in the brick around the hose bib. The final connection to make is at the tailpiece of the hose bib. After letting things cool down, I put the stem back in the body. With everything back together, I turned the water back on and tested it out. No leaks, and the water comes out of the hose bib. I call that a success. After letting the concrete patch mix cure for a couple days, I went back and drilled for some concrete anchor screws. These keep the hose bib in place and prevent it from twisting. I'm happy with the way this turned out, and now I don't have to worry about it freezing up in the winter, most importantly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.